Inspiration, where are you? Zelda, come on. Ah, nothing. Just a bunch of hollow trinkets.
Are you seriously not dressed yet? Bruce and Anna are coming for our lunch date, remember? They're gonna be here any second. Get dressed.
Well, this means only one thing. Now this is more like it. Oh my goodness. This is amazing. It might be raining and it might be cold, but this is unbelievably beautiful here. I feel like I'm in Skyrim. Now I just gotta find a mountain troll to fight. Well, in case I get lonely tonight, I decided to set up my tent right next to a foxhole. Because that's a great idea, right? Yeah. Yeah, inventory management. Bit of Diablo 2 action. Where there's pine trees and rain, there's bound to be mushrooms. Everything is really wet. This is going to be a real challenge to get a fire going. Problem solving is one of the key things I find when I'm in these situations. And it really kind of flexes or develops that problem solving ability. Because when you're in these kind of environments, quite often you're not really relaxing. Like, I'm not really relaxing. I'm wandering around now looking for firewood and things to kind of forage. It's work, and I've got problems that I need to solve. I've got wet firewood that I need to light. It's going to be dark soon. I need to work out what I'm going to eat. There's some mushrooms over there. Whoa, my goodness, spider web. Jeez. But you know, so your brain is constantly in this problem solving mode. And every now and then I like to throw into it some kind of game problem I had with my own project, maybe some kind of dilemma I'm facing. And I feel that my brain is perfectly primed for addressing those things. Where sometimes you try to solve problems in your day-to-day life, the solution just doesn't come to you. You try to approach it with critical thinking, using various tools, mental tools and this kind of approaches to solve your problem, but sometimes the solution just doesn't come, you know, and it's not until you're somewhere, you know, enjoying a hot shower or relaxed in some particular sense that suddenly then the idea comes to you. If I wasn't a game dev, I probably wouldn't be driven into these kind of places. I feel sitting on the computer for so long in these kind of states, these are flow states, you know, you start to yearn having the complete opposite, you know, the opposite extreme, which is, for me, being out in nature, climbing mountains, trekking through forests. You know, brings us back to our kind of hunter-gatherer roots a little bit. Any good fire, just like game dev, needs a good starting point and foundation to build on. And I'll use some dry pine for kindling, just like an RPG. I mean, look at these graphics. Forget ray tracing. Far out. Burn, baby, burn. My God. Mushroom skewer. Here we go. Tastes nutty. Well, it's getting a bit dark, so I've just pulled up in my tent and I'm going to just relax a little bit, do a bit of game design with the pen and paper. Just kind of scribble and write some notes and see what kind of ideas come to me. Some of you might know I'm actually working on my own solo game project called Blood and Mead. It's a Viking combat adventure platformer based in a vibrant landscape mixing traditional platforming elements with puzzles, light RPG elements, and a really satisfying and impactful combat system. And true to its name, Blood and Mead, there's plenty of blood. And a bit of pig riding. So please go visit the Steam page and drop a wish list because this game is going to be super fun. I've put a lot of time and passion into it and I really think you'll enjoy it.
Sandor, what do you see in the flames? I see a mountain shaped like a spear. I see dead walking. They're everywhere. Thousands of them.
This is how we make our forest coffee. When you don't hear that last thump, you know you have a problem. Where did this arrow go? You gotta ask yourself, how much does that one arrow mean to you? I want it a lot, but I'm not prepared to get bit by a spider or a snake looking for this thing. This is getting ridiculous, and I'm not one to quit easily, but at this point, I think I'm done. Oh! No way! Oh, no way! How about that? See, that's a bit of a lesson. Just when you think you're done, just when you think it's all over, you quit, you're on the ropes, then you make a breakthrough. And quite often, it's in the most obvious place. It was right here, and instead I was scouring all through there. Wow. Lessons be learned, but I'm very happy. Now, if you've not been on any personal adventures like this, kind of remote experiences or just being in nature, I highly recommend it. You know, if you have the capabilities and it's accessible to you, and you know, depending on where you are in the world, I mean, in most places you should have some kind of nature reserve or woods or something, or mountains. But I definitely encourage it because there's something to be said about the creativity and mental acumen that gets kind of found in these environments. I find I always have this kind of acute focus. I'm able to kind of consider problems that I have with my games or, you know, whatever, and find solutions a lot easier than I would if I was back in the real world. The noisy real world. And I guess that's what it's all about, you know. There's too much noise in the real world. We have a hard time finding our inner calm so that we can get to the nitty-gritty of the dilemmas that we have. And we all have a lot of dilemmas, whether we realize it or not. There's a lot always going on in all of our lives. And it's important to try to, one by one, dissect the different things that are bothering us or standing in our way, and just solving them one by one to slowly improve our life, I guess. Kind of a bit of an engineering way to think about it, I suppose. This has been great fun, but unfortunately, all good things must come to an end, and I better head home before my wife calls the police.